Hey guys, what's going on? Tenebris here. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about the false ban situations on Hypixel and what exactly I believe is going on in the server. So a few days ago, I made a video about the Doomed Cow situation. Now, Doomed Cow is a Hypixel UHC YouTuber who allegedly got false banned on Hypixel by Watchdog. And since then, there has been a bunch of developments in the community about what's going on with these false bans. Like, for example, one of my closest friends, Verity, the ex-owner of the Anti-Cheater Alliance, which is an organization on Hypixel literally designed to curb the rates of cheating on the server. Now, I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying that the fact that she is the leader or the ex-leader of this organization, she cannot cheat at all. I don't agree with that at all. Obviously, there's still a possibility that both these players are cheating knowingly or unknowingly. But regardless of that, I do believe that there is something weird going on here. So there's basically two possibilities here. Possibility number one is the fact that there is a faulty Watchdog check, and it's causing a large number of legitimate players to get banned on Hypixel. Possibility number two is that one or more of the players, Doomed Cow and Verity, were cheating knowingly or unknowingly on Hypixel, and Watchdog correctly banned them. Now, in my previous video on Doomed Cow, I already talked about how it is impossible to tell which of these two situations is most likely because the admins have not really gone and elaborated as much as we probably want them to on the ban situation. For example, we are still waiting for a response on both the bans from the admins, and I really hope that after this video that I'm releasing right now, we will get something on this ban situation because I am not 100% sure what to believe right now. But I will talk about the statistical probability of each of these events occurring. Now, Hypixel generally claims that their false ban rate is very low. Let's say it's 0.01%, so it's 1/100th of a percent. Now, basically what that means is that there's going to be one false ban per every 10,000 bans, because it's 1 over 10,000. Now, as you learned in an entry-level statistics course, if you have two events that are independent, let's say two bans on Hypixel, which each have a probability of occurring of 0.0001, or around 1/100th of a percent, then you multiply the probabilities since they're independent and they're not conditional on each other. So you would take 0.01% times 0.01%, and you figure out that the probability of two false bans occurring is something like 0.0001%, which means that there's two false bans per million bans on Hypixel. Now, obviously, we're not 100% sure of the time frame, and if these statistics are only looking at individual checks on Hypixel or the overall statistics of Watchdog, but we do know that the numbers are at least a little higher than what Hypixel seems to be saying on Twitter. He says that a false ban rate of 0.001% is too high. Now, unfortunately, if you accept what Hypixel is saying here, that the false ban rate of 0.001% is too high, I believe that you have to conclude that one of these two players is cheating, because if both of these players were false banned, the chance of that occurring is extremely low. Occurring at the same time, similar times, extremely low. And low to the point where it's probably not going to happen. It might happen once in the entire history of the server. It's just not probable. However, there's also another possibility. If you want to accept that both these players are legitimate, like a lot of my audience has, you have to assume that Hypixel statistics on false bans on Hypixel are incorrect. Like, if Hypixel had a 0.1% false ban rate, then obviously this event is going to occur a lot more frequently than if it had a 0.001% false ban rate. But there is also a third option. Hypixel could be correct about what they believe their false ban rate to be, and these two players could have been false banned at the same time. Now, this is a specific situation which I recently discovered while talking to a few friends about how players can actually get false banned on servers very easily. Now, what this is called is it's called client-sided blocks. So you might be like, okay, that's weird. Blocks clearly exist on the server side, but that's not necessarily true. You can have a glitched block which appears on the client that the server does not know is there. So for example, if you place down a client-sided water source and then go in the water source, the server will probably think that the player is flying, but on the client side, it's completely legitimate and possible to do, but on the server side, it looks like the player is flying. And the server cannot tell that there was a block placed there, so it cannot prevent any false bans. And this specific event affects laggy players way more often than non-laggy players. And Verity has very high MS, so that lines up. And also, Doomcow experienced some lag, I believe, when his ban occurred. So that basically lines up with what I believe is causing the false bans here. Now, unfortunately for Hypixel, there is absolutely no way they're able to see that these bans are false. There's nothing on the server side that will indicate that these bans are false. So if Hypixel looked into the logs of the anti-cheat of Watchdog, they wouldn't be able to see anything that's out of the ordinary. They would just recognize it as a true ban. But the problem is that if you, for example, try to fix this false ban, because there's no way to tell that it's a false ban on the server side, you're basically just going to be allowing hackers on the server, which gives us a situation where this particular thing, client-sided blocks, need to be fixed on the client side. So we're waiting for a mod to come out which fixes this. But until then, I don't recommend anyone try to mess around with this, because you will be false banned on Hypixel, and they will not unban you, because there's no way for them to tell the ban was false. I'm raising awareness about this, not because I want people to go get false banned, but more because I want to speed up the development of a mod which fixes this. I'm sure there's a lot of competent developers who are watching this that could make up Forge mod that removes these blocks and sources and stuff of that sort very easily from the client. I think Pones was working on one, but he hasn't actually pushed it through. I'm probably going to get this added to Badlion client because I have direct contact with Master G-Berry, but overall, that's what I think is going on here. So that's my honest opinion. I don't believe that these bans are false. I think it has something to do with what I just described. And Hypixel, unfortunately, is not going to be able to do much about it without a client-sided solution being proposed. But yeah, unfortunately, Hypixel's going to have to do this, and I know that Hypixel doesn't really like client-sided solutions for this type of thing, but you're either going to have a client-sided solution, or you're going to have hackers on your server. There's no fix for this on the server side. It doesn't exist. If you fix the server side, you're going to have cheaters. You know, people can exploit it very easily to just fly around the map, and there's nothing the server can do about it. But yeah, that's the situation. That is my opinion, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you click the link in the description to join my Discord. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully with either that mod or with an update on the Doomcow / Verity situation. Peace out.